Good morning and welcome to After GMS, a little thing we put together every day after the Good Morning Show. That's why we call it After GMS, our digital program here on the Facebook page. I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Malaris, and pretty soon you will see Christian Morgan appear here.
He's going to slide in.
Right.
Just like our snow is sliding into the forecast again.
That's more like a boom. What's up with that?
You want to come back and do it again? You want me to have more of a boom?
Come in with a boom. Can you kind of just land?
I'm not doing another one.
All right, that was very sleek and slick, kind of like the road conditions tomorrow night.
I like how you did that there. Yes,
smooth.
be mindful of that Friday night into Saturday. But before that, we have a quiet day of weather on our hands today. It's just sunny and cold. Take a look back at the numbers yesterday. Remember that little taste of spring that we had on Tuesday? It is all but gone now. Yeah, yesterday 41 the high. Our average high right now is 50. Started yesterday morning at 25 with the average low right now being 30. So by all accounts, it was a cooler than average day, and we're doing that again today. In fact, teens and low 20s out the door this morning. So bundle it up, big coats, big coffees, all that stuff to keep you warm today. High pressure in control of our weather yesterday and today, but by tomorrow it moves away from us. And we start to see our weather start to change. And there's a couple different pieces to the puzzle here for our weather set up for Friday night. One will be an area of low pressure developing off the coast, but I actually think the bigger player for us is going to be a cold front and an upper level trough or area of low pressure swinging through the Piedmont tomorrow. I actually just think the coastal low is actually just a little too far off the coast. It could wrap around some moisture still, but our biggest piece of the puzzle is going to be the cold front and that upper level area of low pressure. Could start as a little bit of rain, but quickly transitioning into snow once that cold air really starts to move in behind that cold front. But it is in and out of here by Saturday morning at sunrise. High pressure will build back in and we clear things out throughout the day on Saturday. So here's a little closer look at it hour by hour. No issues today. It's all sunshine, partly cloudy tonight. And anything you want to do throughout the day up until about 5 or 6 o'clock on Friday evening is fine. You do whatever your heart desires. Clouds will just be on the increase. We stay dry up until about 6 o'clock. Then between 6 and 8 o'clock, we could start to see this begin as a little bit of rain and snow mix, but then quickly transitioning into all snow for a period of a few hours overnight Friday into early Saturday morning. But I think this is all done by sunrise on Saturday and we start to clear things out. As far as totals go, well, it's going to be a big deal producer for our mountains and in northeast North Carolina, the mountains especially with a northwest flow. It's a setup they get all the time up there. They'll see 4 to 6, maybe plus inches of snow. Across the Piedmont, I think easily a coating up to 2 inches is doable across the Piedmont, and there could be some areas that get a little more than that. There's a lot of energy with this system, some instabilities being indicated on some of our models and some data that we're looking at, and that would lend itself to maybe setting up some heavy bands or heavy pockets of snow somewhere. So if you happen to get under one of those, you may pick up a little more than that. Just almost virtually impossible to pick out where those will be. So snow is the big issue this time around. We're not worried about ice, and with that, we're not really worried about power issues at all this time either. This is an all snow event for us, again, much like last Friday and last weekend was, although it will impact our travel. And roads will get slick pretty fast once that starts to come down. Anything that falls will start to stick pretty quickly as temperatures are cold and the ground is cold. Temperatures will crash behind that cold front too. So here's another way to look at the next 3 days, just kind of all packages it together for you in one nice graphic. All fine during the day tomorrow. Rain and snow start 6 to 8 o'clock. You can plan on slick travel by about 8 o'clock. So I would say be where I'm going to be, where I'm going to stay for a while by 7, 8 o'clock Friday night because the roads will get slick fast and those will linger through midday on Saturday. Notice even though we bring the sunshine back, our temperatures don't come above freezing for Saturday afternoon. So anything that's left on the roads will remain ice and will still be ice by the time you get into Saturday night. Sunday morning, we're in the teens again, but we should be able to do some good melting on Sunday. Sunshine, we're back up near 40 for Sunday afternoon. And after that, well, I'll tell you, February looks like it's going to get started on a warm note. Mid-40s on Monday, back up close to our average of 50 on Tuesday, mid-50s on Wednesday, and I think we even get a little bit warmer than that by the end of next week.
New this morning, some sad news out of Guilford County. A prominent leader has passed away. The commission chair confirms longtime District 7 Commissioner Carolyn Coleman died last night. She was heavily invested in the community, participating in NAACP and serving as a liaison on a number of boards in the Piedmont Triad, including the Piedmont Authority for Regional Transportation. Just some of her many accolades. The Guilford County Democratic Party shared a statement on its Facebook page reading, quote, "We mourn the death of Guilford County Commissioner Carolyn Coleman. She was a rock, a civil rights leader, and a friend of the people of Guilford County," end quote. We are working to find more information and certainly are keeping her family, friends, and constituents in our thoughts and prayers. Well, the jet maker boom Supersonic is getting settled here in Guilford County soon. We could start seeing flights as soon as 2024. WFMY News 2's Denise McMiller has more on the big announcement and the excitement.
Boom Supersonic has landed in the Triad, but the sky is the limit. There's already bulldozers and equipment set up at the new site, and the Colorado-based company will break ground this year to build and test their supersonic airliners right here at the PTI airport. Now check out the sleek build of their jets. They can carry 88 passengers and fly twice the speed of normal passenger jets, hence the term supersonic. The environment is also taken into consideration when coming up with the concept because all jets were run on sustainable fuel.
We are going to be looking for all kinds of skilled skilled workers across a myriad of engineering, manufacturing, industrialization.
Workforce agencies right here in Greensboro are ready to provide the training needed for folks in our community to qualify for the more than 1,700 jobs coming, with an average pay of $69,000 a year.
We will make sure we're setting up the right training opportunities for our local workforce to get them prepared as soon as these positions go online. So we work real closely with the economic development, our community colleges and universities, K-12 system to help prepare the workforce.
And it's too early to say if the jets will be used for PTI passengers, but the idea isn't far-fetched because the company has already contracted with United Airlines.
All right, scientists at Duke University say there are 3 subvariants to COVID's Omicron variant. The most contagious subvariant of the 3 is referred to as stealth Omicron. It's called that because while it does show up as positive on a PCR test, scientists cannot immediately tell it is the Omicron variant. You can get a free KN95 mask from the Guilford County Health Department this Saturday. They're handing out 1 box per household. That box has 20 masks in it. There's a drive-through event at the Greensboro Coliseum from 8 to 2 Saturday. They're first come, first serve, and again, there is 1 box per household that's given out. All right, you guys are all ready. Did he do it again?
He did it again! Where do you keep going?
You'll see why in a minute.
Slide to the left, woo! Slide to the right,
All
woo!
right.
Thought I might be able to make it that time.
Dance lessons from Christian. I love it. Okay, so this is what everyone is already talking about on our feed. It is the big conversation. Yeah. Another snow in the Triad. So if you've been doing your snow dance, maybe it's working. That's not what I wrote, but I'm reading it because I wrote something else and it's not there. So regardless, we're getting more snow tomorrow night.
Well, it works because Christian's been doing his snow dance. So, you know, so we want to know, would you rather have 1 big snow, say maybe 10 inches or more, or would you rather have much smaller snows in more frequent amounts, like say 5 smaller snows in a given winter? Chief meteorologist asked this question on his Facebook page. Here are some of the responses. Josie said, 1 and done. It just messes up my weekends. We can't drive on snow and ice down here. We also heard from Meredith, who said she would like to see 10 inches of snow at one time, followed by a cloudy, cold weather. So it sticks around for a few days. A few text messages came in also this morning. Cassandra said, no snow, definitely no 10 inches of snow. Denise said this funny meme saying, even the deers want snow as they start to dance around. We also heard from Shirley, who said, no snow, not even an inch, just no. Stephanie in Randleman said she wants 1 big snow, about 24 inches, she said would do. This viewer said he or she would like to see 5 inches of snow to play in with nieces and nephews. And Melvina said she used to love snow when she skied and there were days off from work or school. Now she would just prefer a light dusting around Christmas. This viewer said they want a 1 and done, counting down the days until spring.
As am I. I posted on here just a few seconds ago, you know, the last snow hopefully before Groundhog's Day, which is next week. So let's just get this last 1-2 inches out of the way and then open up our hearts and our eyes to spring, because I'm pretty much done with snow. I think it's just because of the number of times we've had snow this month. Normally it's like maybe once a month, you know, over the course of the winter. But yeah, 3 or 4, 5 systems that have moved through this month is a little much for me.
Yeah, we actually had a question here on our feed, Christian. I don't know if you know off the top of your head, but the question was was this a record-setting year for January? We've had 5 measurable, even though some were traces, you know, snow events.
Yeah, that likely, obviously, like you said, don't know the number off the top of my head, but that probably doesn't break a record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, January is typically our snowiest month.
Typically,
I understand, but usually it's the totals.
Right.
Not necessarily the number of times that it snows. So I think it's just how you look at it. I mean, I grew up here, so I know it snows in January. It's just usually like a big snow that lasts, not, you know, constant weekends of snow.
Yeah, you could, you know, we could break it down by the numbers as far as, you know, and pull the data as far as, you know, maybe how many times in January did we get an inch or less over the years, or, you know, how many times did we get 2 inches or less. But it's hard to really nail down how many, you know, quote unquote systems or storms that move by, because sometimes they produce snow or sometimes, you know, they just produce rain. So that's pretty hard to nail down, but, you know, you can search it by the amount of snow or how many times that we got X amount of snow if you want to do it that way.
Yeah, Joanne commented saying we've had big snows from November all the way through March in this area. She recalls the early 2000s, and a couple other viewers mentioned that too. Scott saying they started with a nor'easter the first week of January and the kids were out of school for about a month. Chris, I know you were growing up in elementary school probably in 2000.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if you remember that, but apparently it snowed a lot that year.
I remember it snowed that year. I think it snowed, or somewhere close there. It snowed on my birthday the week after. Then I think the next week after that, and then they were, you know, measurable big snows then too. They, you know, put us out of school for a week at a time.
Yeah, so let's read some of the comments here from some of you guys who are on our feed right now. Clarinda said, I don't want any snow, but if it's going to be this cold, she said she'll take lots. Chris said, no more snow. So I'm glad it's not a lot of snow. Let's see, Art and Love said, we hope it will be a ½ inch. So less than what you're predicting, Christian. Carl said 5 to 10 smaller snows would be fine. Carol said her snow dance is in effect. And then Joanne said, put Mr. Snow to bed, get Miss Spring up. I agree, time to wake up.
The alarm clock's beeping. Yeah, so, you know, obviously people are split about this. When we talk about big measurable snows, 2018 comes to mind, not that long ago when we got that 12-incher, I think also on a Saturday, if I recall correctly.
It was Sunday.
Was it Sunday? Okay, it was on a weekend, and I remember, you know, we were all working in various capacities in the snow, trying to get out and about through it. But I remember that being mostly a snow event. I don't remember it necessarily sticking around for a long time. And Christian, it seems like this event, that's smaller than that, of course, this coming Friday, is going to be mostly snow as well.
Yeah, you know, it's honestly, there are several meteorological differences, but when you look at it from what we experience, it's kind of a repeat of last Friday and last early Saturday morning. So thankfully, you know, we don't have the sleet or the ice concern. That'll cut back on the number of power outages. Power is not really an issue this time, as this likely will all fall with snow. So if we're going to have it, we'd rather it be, you know, all pure fluffy snow.
Yeah, stuff that's good to play in, because if you're going to get that much, you might as well have something that you can, you know, play in. And now I just have to get ready. I felt like I was so prepared for the, you know, first week of snow that we had in January. And then even the second one, I was prepared because it happened immediately after the other one. And I still had, you know, the things that I needed in my pantry. But this one, I just feel like I'm just out of sorts. I haven't done anything. I don't have anything in my pantry. I need to get on it. I mean, you have given us the early warning earlier this week, and I still am just like, I cannot believe this is happening.
I'm telling you about this all week, Tracy.
Yes. I mean, I don't know, maybe you guys are the same. You can put it in our feed here. Are you ready for this round? Like, have you gotten, you know, what you need for your pantry in case, you're snowed in for a few days, I need to get on it.
I need to get gas.
I need to get gas too.
Yeah. All right. Hold off on washing your car, though. It seems like that might be the best idea because we are going to get something. And if it's a mostly snow event, we see that crews typically try to salt and brine the roads beforehand, Christian, because conditions are ideal where it won't wash away.
Yeah. You know, and that's the thing. You know, brining the roads will probably at least help some this time around because even though we'll have some rain early on, you know, it doesn't look like a ton of rain and it doesn't look like it would last long or be really even that heavy. So brining the roads will probably be very helpful this time. Even if it starts as a little bit of rain, that transition to snow is going to happen fast because likely that moisture comes right as the front is passing through, and then that cold air will rush in and change it over. So brining the roads probably will help this time, much like it did last week.
So I did get a few answers to that question I just posed in our feed. Carol said, my pantry is ready, and she's not even home. Lakaya said she's going to be at Publix tonight. And Robin said she has everything she needs. Sheree said she didn't go to the store either, so that's good. Although we only have a day, maybe two, to get that stuff done.
Hours.
But I would definitely advise doing something because, you know, we have seen as little as an inch shut things down for a few days. I think it's all in the preparation and then the cleanup afterwards. I thought our DOT crews did a spectacular job for the most part. These last, you know, storms, neighborhood roads, of course, are always last. But I felt like we were able to get out, even though there were some freezing conditions that made it kind of slick while it was happening. So hopefully that's the same this time as well.
You know, it's always the first one too. That's always, no matter what it is, whether it was an inch of snow or whether it was snow, sleet, ice like we had, you know, it's always the first one that really seems to send everybody, you know, kind of for a loop. And, you know, we haven't done this in a year or so. And now it's getting routine almost, I think, because of how busy we've been over the last few weeks. But to me, at least on the forecaster's side of things and talking to folks, it doesn't seem like people are, you know, going crazy about it this time. It's like, oh yeah, we did it last week, we'll do it again this week. And I think it's kind of becoming muscle memory now at this point.
Yeah.
Any indication about what February holds? You know, typically we can see some big snows in February, even March, sometimes even April. But do you know, based on the climatological patterns at this point, what we could expect next month?
Yeah, you know, looking at long range, not forecasting, but trends, it looks like at least the first, you know, it's going to start warm for the first part of February.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yay. Something for everyone.
I haven't said anything about the second half or the beginning of March, but.
Right.
We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. I don't like to look that far out and see something and say something and give people false hope one way or the other because it is so far out. But I'll tell you, the trends over the next two weeks or so look to be a little bit warmer. I mean, if you look at the end of the 7-day forecast, I mean, we're getting back into the mid-50s, so we've been so far below average for the last, you know, week and some change as far as our temperatures go. In the middle of next week, we're going to be above average again. So
yeah,
start that roller coaster ride again.
I remember the year that my first son was born in 2016. We were experiencing like this rare Valentine's Day snow, right?
Yeah.
And it just came down, and people were in accidents everywhere. My son was born on the 19th. We went in, it was cold and there was snow on the ground. And then the next day, it was when we went home, it was 72 degrees. In 1 week, it went from snow on the 14th to on the 19th, it was 72 degrees. And we couldn't believe it.
Well, think about, you know, the beginning of this year, it was 70, in the 70s on New Year's Day, 70s on the second day of January. And then, of course, we had that crazy weather day. When I got up for work, it was in like, you know, close to 60. And by the time the morning show was over and it was snowing, it was 32 degrees.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is North Carolina for you.
So Bridget has a question. I think she might have missed the initial forecast.
Yeah.
Wants to know, how much are you talking? She has a doctor's appointment on Friday, wants to know if she should be canceling that. Sounds to me, Christian, like this isn't coming until Friday night and won't impact any appointments on Friday during the day.
Right. Anything that you want to do during the day up until, honestly, about 6 o'clock Friday evening, do whatever your heart desires. You know, you'll be fine. It's all dry Friday during the day. Clouds are just on the increase. And actually, it's not all that cold throughout the day on Friday. We're in the mid 40s, but that's as far as we'll get. And then once that cold front gets by, our temperatures will crash. But I don't see any precipitation or anything starting up until around 6 o'clock. I think really that 6 o'clock to 8 p.m. time frame is kind of when everything starts to get going. Could start as a little bit of rain or rain-snow mix, and then quickly moving over to an all snow event for Friday night. So the roads will get slick pretty fast, but it wouldn't be until that starts to fall. So honestly, I would say just be in and be kind of where you want to be by about 8 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock on Friday night, just to be on the safe side of things. If you know, last week is any indication of how this week will be, if you don't want to be out on the roads with several drivers, then I would be home by about 7 or 8 o'clock.
Did you want to respond to Lakaya's comment?
What did she mean by that?
She said, hold that baby in for one more weekend.
Please. Yes, Lakaya. I'm hopeful. Let's have her be born in a warmer week, right?
Yeah.
No, she'll probably come. I'm just kidding. No, she'll come when she wants to come.
My fingers aren't fast enough. I was going to say, thankfully, I'm experienced in this and I can help catch or whatever you need.
Oh gosh,
Should
please
you be
don't let it
here?
happen here.
It's happened before.
I'll walk myself to Cone before I deliver here. I don't know. I need to be in a hospital.
I'm actually pretty good.
Okay.
All right.
I can't contribute.
Okay. Okay. Any parent
Stay far away.
This comment made me laugh. From Robbie, he said he wants several smaller snows so they can get out to McDonald's to get Happy Meals for the kids when the McNugget emergencies arise.
And there's always a nugget emergency with kids.
Exactly.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. We've had fun, haven't we?
We have, and now it is time to say goodbye. But before that, another look at the 7-day in case you missed.
And this is why I slid into the forecast, slid into the shot here in the last couple minutes. Look at what's on the end of the 7-day. I found our groundhog, put him on there for Wednesday. It's Groundhog Day. So I don't know. We're going to see more winter. We're going to see more spring. We'll see what he says, and then I'll probably debate what he has to say. Sunshine and cold today, low 40s for the afternoon, down to the 20s tonight. Clouds on the increase for Friday. Again, anything you want to do throughout the day, you are fine to do it up until about 6 o'clock. Then we'll start to see that rain-snow mix start, transitioning into all snow by Friday night into early Saturday morning. It's all said and done by sunrise on Saturday, clearing things out, but we are cold on Saturday, not coming above freezing. Teens Saturday night, low 40s, around 40, upper 30s for most of the day on Sunday with sunshine. So plan on a couple inches of snow. I think that's very doable across the Piedmont for Friday night, and then slick travel. That will happen fast once that snow starts to come down. So I would be, again, where you want to be, where you're going to stay for a while by about 7 or 8 o'clock Friday night. The roads will get slick very fast. We'll have slick spots through at least midday on Saturday. And then with our temperatures not coming above freezing, whatever's left as ice on the roads will remain there for Saturday night and Sunday morning as well. But we should be able to do some good melting and good clearing by Sunday.
Look, Puxatawny Phil has appeared on the 7-day, or if it's not Puxatawny, maybe it's the Greensboro Gobbler. I'm not sure. That's what I got.
What?
Yeah, the Science Center has its own groundhog. You didn't know
I
that?
think it's a hedgehog, actually, at the Science Center, unless they got a groundhog, but it used to be a hedgehog. Because
I think one year they had to substitute
okay.
the groundhog for a hedgehog, but it's not an everyday or
That's funny.
every year thing.
I think we need a follow-up on this.
Whatever works, as long as it says an early spring.
Okay, I'm going to have you make some calls on that.
Okay,
See
I'll investigate.
what the Science Center is going to do this year, if they do it at all. All right, thanks so much for joining us on After GMS. We will see you back here tomorrow for another snow day.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo!
All right.